AI just learned how to design new medicines from scratch, without a lab. Not simulations, not theory, real proteins, designed by AI, tested virtually, ready for the real world. And this might be the moment AI stops being a productivity tool and starts rewriting biology itself. Welcome to TechWise, where we break down real AI innovations and what they actually mean. Let's start with something that sounds almost unreal, but is already happening. For decades, drug discovery has been painfully slow. Scientists would spend years, sometimes decades, testing thousands of molecules just to find one that works. Trial, error, failure, repeat. It's expensive. It's unpredictable. And in many cases, it's too slow for patients who don't have time to wait. But now, AI is flipping that entire process on its head. Researchers at MIT have developed a generative AI model that can design completely new proteins, from scratch. Not just random shapes, but functional, targeted molecules that can interact with specific diseases. Here's what makes this different. Proteins are incredibly complex. They fold into precise 3D structures, and even a tiny mistake can make them useless. Understanding how a protein folds and how it interacts with the human body has been one of the hardest problems in biology. But this AI doesn't just guess. It predicts how proteins will fold, how they will behave, and how they will bind to targets like cancer cells or harmful enzymes. And then it tests them. Not in a physical lab, but in a virtual one. Thousands of simulations, in minutes. What used to take years can now happen in hours. And this is where things get interesting. Because this isn't just about speed. It's about unlocking entirely new types of medicine. Instead of searching for existing molecules that kind of work, scientists can now design drugs that are tailor-made for specific diseases. Precision at a level we've never had before. Early applications are already targeting cancer, autoimmune disorders, and rare genetic conditions. Diseases that were once considered too complex, or too niche, to treat effectively. And the impact is massive. Pharmaceutical companies spend billions on research and development. A huge portion of that is wasted on failed experiments. But with AI handling the early design and testing phase, that waste drops dramatically. Less trial and error, more precision, faster breakthroughs. But this is only half the story. Because when you combine this with another trend happening right now, things get even more powerful. AI itself is becoming smarter and more efficient at the same time. For years, better AI meant bigger models, more data, more compute, more cost. But now, something is changing. The new generation of models, often referred to as thinking models, is focused on reasoning, not just prediction. Instead of just generating answers, they actually work through problems step by step. And the results are impressive. Recent updates in the GPT-5 series show significantly stronger reasoning capabilities, while using up to 80% fewer tokens, which means lower costs and faster responses. But more importantly, more reliable outputs. This is where AI crosses a critical line. From something that sounds smart to something that actually solves problems. In fields like coding, law, and scientific research, this shift is huge. Because accuracy matters. And reasoning is what separates a helpful tool from a trusted one. Now combine that with what we just saw in medicine. You have AI that can design molecules, and AI that can reason through complex biological problems. Together, they create a system that doesn't just assist scientists. It collaborates with them. And this is where everything starts to accelerate. But there's another layer to this story, one that most people overlook. All of this power comes at a cost. Literally. AI models require enormous amounts of energy. Data centers are expanding rapidly, and their carbon footprint is becoming a real concern. So the question is, can AI scale without damaging the planet? Surprisingly, the answer might be yes, because one of the most unexpected innovations this month doesn't come from software, but from the ocean. New offshore AI data centers are starting to go live, powered primarily by wind energy. And at first it sounds strange, putting servers in the ocean? But when you break it down, it makes perfect sense. Offshore wind farms produce a steady, reliable source of renewable energy, much more consistent than solar. And the ocean itself provides natural cooling, which is one of the biggest challenges in running data centers. Cooling systems consume massive amounts of electricity, but underwater, or near offshore environments, you get that cooling almost for free. The result? AI infrastructure that is both powerful and significantly more sustainable. Lower emissions, lower energy waste, higher efficiency. And this changes the narrative, because AI is often criticized for being energy hungry. But now, it's starting to prove something different. That cutting-edge technology doesn't have to come at the expense of the environment. It can evolve alongside it. And this is where things get even more interesting. Because while massive data centers are becoming cleaner, AI itself is also becoming smaller. Much smaller. At Embedded World 2026, a new chip quietly won one of the most important AI awards of the year. It's called the Seva No Pro Nano, and it represents a completely different direction for AI. Instead of running in giant data centers, this chip brings AI directly onto devices. We're talking about ultra-low power processors that can run advanced AI models locally, on your phone, on medical sensors, on wearables, even on small robots. And this changes everything. Because right now, most AI depends on the cloud. You send data. It gets processed somewhere else. Then you get a response. But that creates two problems: latency and privacy. Delays can be frustrating, especially in real-time applications. And sending sensitive data to external servers raises serious concerns. But with Edge AI, AI that runs directly on the device, both of those problems disappear. Instant responses. And your data never leaves your device, which is huge for applications like healthcare. Imagine a wearable device that can monitor your health in real time, analyze patterns, detect anomalies, and alert you instantly, without sending your data anywhere. Or smart assistants that actually understand context, without relying on an internet connection. Or robots that can make decisions on the spot, in dynamic environments. This is the moment AI stops being something you access and becomes something that surrounds you, quietly, invisibly, constantly. But here's the bigger picture. We're seeing three major shifts happening at the same time. AI is becoming more powerful. AI is becoming more efficient. And AI is becoming more accessible. And when those three trends converge, you don't just get better tools, you get entirely new possibilities. But this brings us back to where we started. Because all of these innovations are impressive. Faster models, cleaner infrastructure, smarter devices. But one stands above the rest. The moment AI starts designing medicine. Because that's not just improving workflows, that's changing what's possible. For decades, we've been limited by how fast humans can experiment. Now, we're entering a world where ideas can be tested instantly, where treatments can be designed, not discovered, where diseases that once seemed untouchable start to look solvable. And this is where it completely changes everything. Because the real impact of AI isn't automation, it's acceleration. Acceleration of discovery. Acceleration of innovation. Acceleration of progress. And when that acceleration hits something as fundamental as biology, the effects are impossible to ignore. This isn't just another tech trend. It's a shift in how we solve the hardest problems humanity faces. And the craziest part? We're just getting started. Because the same systems being used to design proteins today will eventually design materials, energy solutions, and technologies we haven't even imagined yet. This isn't the future anymore. It's already happening. If you want to stay ahead of how AI is transforming the real world, subscribe to TechWise.